What is up, everybody? It's Cosmic here, and welcome back to Exploring the Cosmos, detailing different Minecraft servers and their connected groups on the vast spaces of the internet. Today's episode centers on the Dream SMP, a survival multiplayer server that grew exponentially since the beginning of lockdown, reaching hundreds of thousands of viewers throughout its active streaming days and beyond. Before we begin today's episode, don't forget to like and subscribe for more riveting discussion of the discourse community spawned by Minecraft servers. The Dream SMP, known as the DSMP for efficiency within the fandom, has vast multitudes of both content and communications on the internet. The active days of the server spanning about 3 years, over 30 content creators, and garnering more than 500,000 viewers worldwide. Breaking records for live viewers in Twitch chats, streamers in this server have created a large spanning narrative, with several arcs and roleplay that has had immense impact on not only the conversations and interactions between members, but lasting impressions on the creators and the individuals that enjoyed any facet of this community. Primarily streamed on YouTube or Twitch, the main content serving as the canon, or authoritative sources for this community's story, was written and performed by the members of the server in Minecraft, and the surrounding community of fans of this server interacted with this content, as well as participating in the creation of their own content inspired by these materials. Without further ado, let's go explore the cosmos. Over the 3 years that this server was most active, it evolved from a lighthearted server of friends and their hijinks within the game to an extensive roleplay narrative, resulting in incredible builds, complex relationships and events, and deep, lasting connections between members of the server through the screen and out of game, creating multitudes of factions and nations with power struggles to create a meaningful life on the server with their characters, following their individual motivations.
Jacques Money
With
fall!
that power, you gotta be careful. You
Jacques
get
Money
stuck
fall!
somewhere.
Fall of bridge! Jacques Money fall of bridge! Jacques Money bridge!
So yeah, I'm breaking into that prison today. That is the plan.
Jacques Money
Taking
drown!
Dream out. I sorta almost.
What?
Sabo.
We did something you
Oh,
couldn't even
sorry.
prepare for, bad.
I'll make it as painless as possible, Sabo.
No!
Sabo, I'm sorry. Sabo, I'm being subjected to some mild amounts of peer pressure, Sabo.
Oh my god!
Ah!
No!
Ah!
Oh my god!
This would be my coming to an end, if you will.
What am I doing without you?
Yourself?
He was just here so he could watch me.
What is happening?
Kill everybody!
There was a saying, Phil, by a traitor. It was never meant to be.
Oh my god. You didn't. Oh my god!
I'm sorry, Dream, but you should have paid me more.
Oh.
You came!
What?
Yo! Suck it, green boy!
Look, I can tell you that with the 3 years this server was active, there's an insurmountable amount of content that was produced by both creators and fans. Each member has countless hours of their own perspectives, their own narratives and storylines conveying different events and deep meaning, so it's hard to think about consuming each and every piece of it. It's unachievable. So don't worry, you can consume as much or as little as you would like to of the server and its content. This community is focused on individual interpretation. Life is busy, and there's not a lot of time for dedicating hours to watching Minecraft events, so simply find what you want to watch or interact with, and do so at your own leisure. There are extensive guides and recaps for the lore of the entire series, playlists of main events from several points of view, as well as text-based accounts of each piece of the narrative and its implications for individual characters. The members of this community are dedicated to making it easy for new members to find and view the content specific to the server and its arcs or factions, advocating for new members to join in the hopes that they may enjoy the same aspects that they do. When being introduced to the DSMP, it's easy to be overwhelmed. But a main factor of this community is individual enjoyment. finding the aspects that you yourself find the most intriguing or compelling, and finding groups that share those interests. It may be the lore-based content, of which there are countless groups for main events as well as lesser-known plotlines and groups, or it may be a specific relationship and interactions between the creators, each with their own duo or trio name, usually corresponding with their personalities or an action they did together. Or it could be none of those, and you'll be able to find people that enjoy what you do. You just have to look. The subsets of this community on social media platforms are extensive. Tumblr, Twitter, and Reddit existing as main outlets for these groups to congregate on, but there's also been numerous large in-person meetings occurring at TwitchCon, VidCon, and other conventions. Mainly, this server is rooted within the foundations of finding your people, building a community for yourself within the multitudes of people that have enjoyed this server and continue to engage with its content and others in regard to it. So, it may seem overwhelming at the moment, but you don't have to worry about seeing all the content or knowing every single detail. Explore topics on those sites, or even your preferred media platform. Interact with vocal members and ask questions. Find your favorite aspects of the server and enjoy them. Talk and communicate with others. And most of all, find joy and connection to the server, its creators, and the characters and narrative that they built. The actions of the characters within the lore, that is, the written and planned events for the story of the server, have no bearing on the actual personalities or morality of the players, simply a medium for the story they were telling, gradually becoming characters within the server separate from themselves. Despite the lighthearted and joking tone of most out-of-character events and general simplicity of the game, the DSMP covers a variety of heavy topics, and individuals may want to further investigate some of these issues before committing to membership if you know that these will impact you negatively. Ranging from violence and death, ideas and themes of war, grief, abuse, manipulation and gaslighting, unreality, suicide and suicidal thoughts, torture and cult worship, addiction and dealing with PTSD, the content becomes dark and heavy for many. So please interact and consume this content safely, with full knowledge of your own limits, and place your well-being and mental health first and foremost. There is no shame in actively avoiding certain contents or aspects of the server and its events. The main priority of any member in this community is the continued enjoyment of the content and creating relationships within the community between other members that share their ideas and joy over the server. Those that do not wish to consume certain aspects of the server are free to do so. It's completely up to individual interpretation and enjoyment, so be safe. When speaking about the Minecraft community and the Dream SMP, it would be remiss to exclude the impact of creator Technoblade, a prominent member of the server and of the overall Minecraft YouTube community. On the server for most of its run, Techno orchestrated and participated in several arcs for his character and others. Sadly, Technoblade passed away in August of 2022, right before the official end of the Dream SMP as a whole. His influence on the community was widespread, even garnering recognition and reflection from not only large community Minecraft minigame servers, but also from the official Minecraft team, creating a memorial for him within the game's startup sequence. The worldwide grief felt by this loss was evident throughout the community, not only from the content creators that had forged bonds with him, but also from the expanse of fans and members of my community that felt his loss very personally, leading to extensive outpouring of love and content remembering Techno and thanking him for his influence on the community over his years of content creation, attributing many of their pieces with his catchphrase, "Technoblade never dies." For the purposes of this video, I will primarily be focusing on the fan communities of the Dream SMP housed on Tumblr, as my own personal experience and knowledge is based there. Within this platform, there are a wide variety of groups interacting and producing conversations on the state of the overall community and its place within general fandom spaces, members addressing the issues of the community, their own experiences with the server and its impact on their lives, as well as riveting discussion based around the actual events on the server and by its creators. Communication surrounding the lore events and their implications for the server and its individual characters is extensive. Members forming subsets of their own focused discussion on characters, their relationships with others, and even entire arcs of the server that became their interests. Many have general characters and their storylines to discuss, plots that were big when actively streamed, but there are also several that take underrated and underutilized plots and characters to their fullest extent, forming their own theories and conversations surrounding them with others. But participation within my community is not constrained to simply text-based formats. Fans of the Dream SMP community have created multitudes of fan art surrounding the server and its creators, many producing incredible images to convey their enjoyment and love of the server and their dedication to its narrative. Primarily, these members have specific characters that they specialize in drawing or focus on their favorite events and groups, but the individuals that produce these creations often also delve into main events or overall character compilation images. There are several groups on the Dream SMP spawned from the interactions within streams and the nations formed within the lore, creating lasting connections between creators and reflected within the art created by the community. These relationships and links between characters and their influence on the creators themselves is a large part of art and discussion of the community, connected to the conversations regarding the real-life impacts of this server and the good it has produced. Due to the imbalance of female creators on the server, the women on the DSMP are often overlooked, but these women have worked hard to be recognized and seen within their stories. They also have a large part in the role of queer characters and relationships on the DSMP, many having canon romances and identities that provide representation to the fans. Many fans have also made their own personal interpretations of characters and their relationships with other characters, assigning identities to the characters, separate from the creators, that are widely accepted across the community, some being QBRs, as well as trans and aro-ace labels. Overall, this community has put immense effort to their communications and engagement with this server, creating connections to the content itself as well as other members, leading to several users' popularity and reputation within the community to soar. When speaking on the rise in popularity of individual members of this community, every member currently within this fandom knows the names of creators Saddest and Derivacat. Derivacat, an established singer and songwriter before her fame within the Dream SMP community, created several songs based on the characters within the server, gaining exponential fame as individuals heard her music. After 2 albums primarily focused on the overall server, she also produced songs on individual members, with their support and input on the overall song. Her songs, on both YouTube and Spotify, have tens of millions of views and listens on both platforms. By contrast, artist Saddest created several animatics posted on YouTube, the first of which published in the early days of the SMP that also soared in their popularity across the community, her most famous video at over 30 million views alone, several catching up to this standard closely. Animating with her own character designs, utilizing fun or important moments in the server's history and their accompanying audio clips of the actual streamers or songs she's associated with these events, Saddest's designs and animating skills have been held within the fandom a standard of not only skill, but also dedication and pure enjoyment and creative spirit that this server has provided to countless creators throughout its life and activity. Despite the incredible things produced by this community, there are also several drawbacks and situations that one needs to be aware of before committing to becoming a member. Within the community, several creators themselves have been involved with controversies, most notably and extensively the creator Dream was taken, a main member in the group forming the server, containing substantiated accusations of grooming, manipulation, racism, and other actions. There have been several threads on both Tumblr and Twitter detailing these controversies and their evidence, currently updating for allegations being actively revealed or responded to by Dream himself. Even the popular Know Your Meme site has created and currently updates on the situation. These pages will be linked below. There are several pages and users that have expressed their opinions on the topic, from both sides. The Tumblr users shown here are dedicated to keeping people up to date on the situation and new information being revealed or confirmed, and there have also been popular YouTube pages accounting the situation and the fan interactions spawned by it, analyzing the parasocial relationships to Dream and their fervent dedication to their belief in his innocence, as well as the fan reactions to the victims that have come forward. These accusations led to mixed reactions from the community, many members cutting themselves off from the server as a whole, while others continued to engage with the materials not involving Dream in the content produced. Many individuals denounced his behaviors, taking the server back to the community rather than its continued connections to the creators. Even before this, there has been a bias against members of the Dream SMP community, believing it to be quote-unquote cringe or their inherent bias against Dream before these accusations were released. This unfounded distaste for the server and its members by individuals of the overarching Minecraft YouTube community has only grown over time, causing many members to hide or downplay their love of the server and their communications within it. Despite this, many still express their love and devotion to the server and its connections that were made within it between members and their groups, as well as creators throughout the life of this incredible community. So, in all, The Dream SMP has culminated in an expansive community, one that has produced not only multitudes of fan works and communication, but it also has had lasting impacts on members and the creators alike, forming inexplicable bonds, gaining fame and recognition, and bringing joy and laughter to countless people across the world. Whether you continue to enjoy this community, have since left, or even have just begun your journey with its content, the Dream SMP is a server that will never stop influencing people to create and interact with each other, and there's only more to discover. This has only detailed a pinprick in the expanse that this server has to offer, and I can only hope that you have enjoyed and find yourself a member of this incredible community. As always, the stars shine brightly, each a further exploration to discover of the communities and individuals in this starry abyss of the internet. I'm Cosmic, and it's been a pleasure to guide your way through this exploration across the cosmos. See you next time!